Some people always want to ask questions about who I am. Well,
Everybody always wanna know what my life is really like. So listen.
First, my name Jaguar. Don't address me different. I don't know you from a can of paint, son. My enemy been be your personal choice. Don't lace up till it's time to run. Ain't scared, never been scared, gon' be scared, and that's a fact, yeah. You should be questioning me. Truly, I've always been a fact, yeah. I'm not a narcissistic thirst bucket, no, no. Just self-aware. Aware you've been thinking about me too much. Time to come up for air. Your opinion in the universe of me rates about a zero. Now go add value to that somewhere else and find a new hero. Vicarious living is death, covered up in a whole lot of coveting. This ain't church, so why you got a plate in your hand? Cause baby I ain't offering, but you can take this 2 cents right here to the store and go and get a snack. Then sit on the curb and figure from which hand you just got smacked the turn up.
You want it?
Time for the turn up.
Got it.
Turn up.
And for it.
Time for the turn up. Turn up.
Everybody wanna know like about celebrity friends and why I gained weight, my marriage and all that. What else?
Time with the Roots was cool, Jake was great, and Cat Williams, yes, amazing.
For real though.
All it means is cool people enjoy my talents and my company. See, I make me experience, shape me, but here today I made me self-reliant, don't waste the fight, and don't see that change until I'm dying. Far as waking, chalk it up to depression, married an asshole. Dark days, storms, then made it to the end of the rainbow. Found me a pot, gold named Sam. I love being his mother. Might do it one more time, honestly, because it's such an honor. Always wanted a real life for real love, something that was on my true definition of fame is to be alone in the sunshine. Turn up, time for the turn up.
You wanted it.
Turn up.
It is.
Time for the turn up. Turn up. Time for the turn up.
You asked for it.
Turn up.
What?
Time for the turn up. Turn up. Yo, everything in this world that glitter and gold
Ain't that the damn truth?
gain the world, lose your soul.
Pretty much.
Everything that glitters ain't gold. You gain the world just to lose your soul. Hey, everything that glitters ain't gold. You gain the world just to lose your soul. No shame in loving God, though the world may see God's failure. Good things they do take time. Take yours, I take mine. No point in lying for it, might end up dying for it. We all get what we deserve. Some help deserves some way to be served. My pride is my right, and my right is my life. Rich if I want to, might miss the real truth. To be more understanding, to be more forgiving, to compromise, to believe God.
Y'all always wanna ask some questions, right? Did that answer it for you?
Dos,
Come on, man.
uno, dos, tres, up.
Turn up. You wanted it.
indeed, indeed, indeed. What's going on, everybody? And yes, I'm so glad you said that, Kat, because we're going to be talking about that today because there's a lot that a lot of people don't know and a lot of people have missed in this conversation. Now let's salute to everybody in the building. What's going on? I don't know if we're going to I don't think we're going to do a roll call today. We're just going to slide in to a little bit of background music, la musica. And we're going to get started. So I see all of our usual suspects in the building. Salute. Kat, you already know. I love it when you come in. You always come in just like, boom, spot on, ready to go. Oh, this is great story time music. So, anywho's in. You know what? Let's just take a little walk see through. Why not? Why not see who's here? Oh, our girl Special's here. LA Chick is in the building. Lee Hop, Mel Tucker. What's going on? And from everybody over there on the other side, the Jaguar Wright show. You know what I'm saying? Salute, salute, salute. So, all right, you guys can see what the topic is. I'm sure you can. This has been a hot topic this week. A lot of people have been talking about this topic this week. And, for me, it's mixed emotions and mixed feelings because, number one, I was a teen mom. I had my eldest son when I was 16, got pregnant when I was 15. And that wasn't my first pregnancy either. So technically, I would be what you called a fast kid. I was one of those fast girls, right? And it's so wild because there was a comment that recently came in, and man, this guy was going nuts, or whoever it was. And I invited this person to come over. So if you can show up on the channel to see the video, I hope you see the little red circle there, and please come through, because later on I am most definitely going to be salute my eye. I am most definitely going to be dropping the link, because I really want people to get involved in this conversation, because there's so many different aspects to the conversation that is Brandy Norwood. There's a lot going on with her right now. Oh, salute, Grumpy. It's just, there's a lot. So anyway, this past 2 weeks, Brandy has been making the rounds. She's been doing press. She got her start on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which, a lot of people consider a great honor. And those of us who know better know exactly what that means. Like when you look at all of these award shows and everything that they give, like, let's just be honest. Do the Grammys seem any more special to you now, or as special as they used to, now that you know how heavily they're orchestrated, how heavily they're manipulated, and that people are throwing money around? Somebody said, so Brandy was Moesha in real life, for what it seems. Listen to me. I don't know. Can I be very honest with you? I never watched the show. Honestly, it's I was not that big on television. Like, I had certain shows that I watched, but I wasn't a pop culture person. And Brandy's 2 years younger than me, and I was one of those fast little girls, so I wasn't watching kid shows. But I do know that Moesha was a big part of a lot of people's lives. See, I was more familiar with Brandy from the music side, because I remember when they started going after her singing career, and I remember when they started, really, really, really pumping her up, and Babyface was involved. But see, this is the one part of Brandy's career that I find it funny that nobody is really talking about, that she was being cultivated by Clive Davis. You know? So it's and for everybody who doesn't remember, when I first started speaking up and speaking out against the industry, I spoke out a lot against Clive Davis. A lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Matter of fact, I blame Clive Davis for Diddy and for the culture that Diddy brought in. Like a lot of people, they were, oh, all she ever talked about was Diddy, or all she ever talks about is Jay-Z. It's funny. People who don't want me talking about certain people say, oh, all she ever talks about is this person. It's not true. I talked about all of them. All of them. Now, they make sure that the black entertainers that they use as gatekeepers take all of the brunt of negative, scrutiny and stuff like that, while they sit in the back and just continue to pull strings. But Clive Davis has been ruining artists since forever. So you know what? How about we just take a look? It's wild. I mean, I remember part of the reason why there was a YouTuber here that, pretty much BS me into believing she was a credible anything. Tricked me into doing an interview with her by pretending to be a supporter. And, I came to find out not long after that the radio station was owned by Clive Davis. And it was a very, very, very just uncomfortable situation. Like, I remember how weird they were acting. And it's wild because that was also the same weekend that the hotel room that they booked for me got well, actually, we left early. And, the bellman came and took our things, and all of our stuff got rifled through. Like, it was a mess. It was a mess. Salute to Patrice Monsell, Patrice Garner, you lying piece of crap. Yeah, she was the one that set that whole situation up. But so I just wanted to take a look at Clive Davis's Wikipedia. So, says here, let me make sure that everyone can see this okay. All right. And he's a Brooklyn boy. Brooklyn Yarmulke guy. Now understand this, he was born in 1932. So he was born when at the same time my dad was born in 33. So this was right after the Great Depression. Like he's 94 years old. He's outlived most of his artists. So here we go. Clive J. Davis, born April 4th, 1932. So his birthday is actually tomorrow. Is an American record producer, A&R executive, record executive, and lawyer. Ooh. That's a very important part. He has won 5 Grammy Awards, and was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a non-performer. Like, just imagine that. Like, imagine that in itself. You got 5 Grammys, and you were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and you're not a performer. You just, yeah, okay. So yeah, it's all very telling. Back in 2000. Okay, so from 1967 to 1973, Davis was the president of Columbia Records. Okay, he was founder and president of Arista Records from 1974 through 2000 until founding J Records. From 2002 until April 2008, he was chair and CEO of the RCA Music Group, which included RCA Records, J Records, and Arista Records. Which is funny because they threw him out. The board threw him out of Arista, and then he came back with J Records and then took the whole thing back all over again. Oh, he was on a tear when that happened. Like he had lost his mind. I remember it was a really, really, really intense time in the industry. Alicia Keys was his that was his vehicle that he used to work his way back into controlling pop culture all over again. And yeah, so anyway, chair and CEO of J Records and chair and CEO of BMG North America. Davis is credited with hiring a young recording artist, Tony Orlando, as a music executive for Columbia in 1967, who provided Barry Manilow with his first recording contract a few years later. He has signed many artists who achieved significant success, including Pink Floyd, Sly and the Family Stone, Janis Joplin, Laura Nyro, Carlos Santana, Bruce Springsteen, the band Chicago, Aerosmith, Billy Joel, Donovan Leitch, or should I say Leitch, the Bay City Rollers, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Loggins and Messina, which we're talking about Kenny Loggins, Ace of Base, Olivia Longett, and Westlife. And that's funny because these, man, he is also credited with bringing Whitney Houston and Barry Manilow to prominence. Okay. As of 2018, Davis is the chief creative officer, Sony Music. I mean, there's a lot going on there. And it's so interesting because they only have the two spouses. He's married to a man now. They don't have his husband up here. That's not fair. We could go over his very, very, very long career. But I mean, he's responsible for look at Arista. Davis signed Barry Manilow, Aretha Franklin, Dionne Warwick, Patti Smith, Westlife, Al Jorgensen, The Outlaws. Like, who hasn't he been responsible for? Kenny G, Taylor Dane. Let's not forget Milli Vanilli. Like Ray Parker Jr., Alicia Keys, Carly Simon. Like it's funny because every time we go through a list, And then let's just get into this. Davis founded LaFace Records. Babyface and L.A. Reid. You know, L.A. Reid just got popped on that lawsuit that he lost for SA and Grape. And of course, you guys know Babyface, who, by the way, was one of Brandy's like main producers when she was coming up. Actually, Babyface was standing right there with her when she got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. TLC, Usher, Outkast, Pink, and Tony Braxton. Let's not forget Faith, Notorious B.I.G., Craig Mack, Mace, 112. Like, uh, bruh, I mean, this guy, he's the guy, right? He is the music business. They tried to throw Clive Davis out of the music industry on 3 different occasions, and he came back, and everybody that tried to remove him lost their jobs. So, actually, let's go here, and let's see what happens if and Brandy. Oh, I needed D there. Brandy Norwood. Davis. Let's see what comes up. What is this saying here? In two, in 2026, in her 2026 memoir, Phases, Brandy Norwood reveals that legendary music executive Clive Davis calculatedly renamed Monica's album, The Boy Is Mine, to heighten their rivalry. Brandy also details her final emotional phone call with Whitney Houston in 2012, which occurred just hours before Houston's passing following rehearsals for Davis's pre-Grammy party. Hmm, that's interesting. That's all they got right there? That's it. That's it. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. That's it. You know, it's so funny because the Norwood family and Clive Davis have a long standing relationship. Very long. Very, very, very long standing relationship. I just find it funny that all of that is so sparse. We got Set in the West in the building. What's going on? Wolfgang Amadeus?
Yeah, I was having some technical difficulties early. I just said let me just get on with the tablet. Yeah, everything's good. I'm tuning in. I'm listening because I want to hear your take on this. It's very very interesting. Everybody's talking about it. Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, everyone's talking about it, but no one's really talking about it, in my opinion. No one. You know, when it comes to the Norwoods, they have a long-standing business relationship with Clive Davis, out in front and behind the scenes. You know, Brandy got the opportunity to get really close to Whitney Houston before her passing. You know, she was calling Whitney Houston her mentor. Wait a minute. Brandy, she has spoken about the note on paper from Whitney. Or are you asking, has she spoken about it? Brandy doesn't talk about that note. And everything that she has said about that note has been extremely vague, which is interesting because she has been honest with some people. And someone who I know told me that they spoke with Brandy about what was on that note. I might have mentioned it in the past, but considering that person's making the rounds right now, I'm not going to put them out there. But what I will say is, allegedly, a person who knows Brandy and has known Brandy since she was a little girl and has, done business with her mom, and who was pretty close to Whitney Houston as well, said that what that note said was that they're trying to kill me. Please call the police. I need help. You know, you would think, but like I said, all of this is alleged. And that's what I was told by somebody who was a little closer to the situation than I was. But how far-fetched can that be? If you remember actually, where is that video? I'm not even going to bother to pull it up. There was a video. Have you seen it? Where Whitney Houston stumbles upon Clive Davis and Brandy in an interview?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
No.
And Brandy is sitting there with Clive, and they were in an interview. And Whitney Houston just comes stumbling in, looking a little disheveled. And she was just sitting there talking about how she was in the pool, and now she'd almost drowned in the pool. And that's when she walked up and she handed Brittany the note. Now, there's a lot of other fun little facts that people don't really talk about when it comes to Brandy Norwood. It's I don't think people really get how this business works. Here we go. She talks about it in her memoir. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Okay, it says iconic singer. And I'm still trying to understand, where did the iconic part come from? But okay, iconic singer opens up about guilt after fatal car crash. No, well, no subscriptions. Jeez Louise, like these ads are just so imposing. Okay, so here we go. Singer Brandy has detailed her experience with a deadly 2006 car accident in her newly published memoir, describing years of survivor's guilt and the therapeutic journey that followed. Performer's book, Phases, released Tuesday by Hanover Square Press, recounts the December collision on the 405 freeway in Los Angeles that claimed the life of 38-year-old Awatef Abudihaj. Is that what it? Abudihaj? Is that how you would pronounce it? I don't want to mess up anybody's name, especially not someone deceased, but who died on the day of the crash. Brandy, 47, wrote that the incident occurred during what began as a routine drive on a cold morning, according to US Weekly. She described not registering a chain reaction of vehicles ahead of her until it was too late, writing that her world split into before and after in that moment. The singer recalled screaming during the collision before an impossible silence followed, though a bystander told her at the scene that the crash was not her fault. Brandy wrote that she initially believed otherwise. Following Abadiage's death, Brandy described experiencing profound guilt and hiding from public life. She wrote that she felt unworthy of joy or career success while the victim's children would grow up without their mother. The victim's family filed a $50 million lawsuit that was later settled out of court, according to TMZ. An investigation determined the accident was not caused by Brandy's negligence, and prosecutors did not file criminal charges against her. Despite those findings, Brandy wrote that guilt remained embedded in her consciousness for years. She credited therapy sessions with helping her work towards self forgiveness, though she acknowledged the grief never completely disappeared. What do you remember that whole situation?
Yeah, I kind of recall that situation. It was weird. I think it was around that same time that what's her face? What's her girl name? Halle Berry, because she had like a hit and run as well.
Halle Berry ran her car into someone's house.
Yeah,
I remember the day she did it. I was with Eric Benet the day she
yeah,
did
you told me about that. Yeah, you told me about that.
it. Yeah, according to TMZ. And it's so funny. Somebody said, what is this? We know you didn't get the opportunities she's had without playing the game. Well, let's be clear. I had plenty of opportunities. I just turned a lot of stuff down.
Yeah, I bet.
If I could have had it my way, I wouldn't have been on Unplugged. I didn't want to go. Rich made me go. Like, that's funny is that one of my most iconic moments in my career. Like, see, that's an iconic moment. That kind of performance, that kind of high level energy that just swept over the whole nation. That, in my opinion, that I consider iconic. And honestly, I didn't even acknowledge it until after it was done. I was so emotionally detached from the whole situation. Oh no, I would have never wanted to do Cinderella. I did audition though for Nyla on Broadway, and I actually got understudy once upon a time, but I wanted the leading role, so you know. Um, so it actually it was a Coca-Cola commercial, not Pepsi, but yeah, and that was cool. When I think back to it now, it's just like, that was the whole point. Stay popular, stay relevant, and sell products. Stay popular, stay relevant, sell products.
Yep, that's the industry.
That's the industry. That's all it is. Stay popular.
Get
stay
endorsements. Relevant. Get sponsored. Yeah.
That's why it's like when I look at what Matthew Knowles did with Destiny's Child and Beyonce, he pretty much poured them out to every corporate structure that they could find. And it just became about endorsements, 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 endorsements. I really, don't get me wrong, the campaigns were cool. And the money that came along with it was cool too. But when I found out how much more money the corporations were making than the people that they were using, like, it's pennies compared to what these companies make off of using people's names and likeness. Um, Sweetheart, there's a lot of people that do. But it's just, I don't think people really understand how this business works. So that's why, hence, our title heading up here, life story versus storyline. Because what I heard tell about that incident, see, let's just be clear. If the authorities come after you and say that you're not responsible, usually a wrongful death suit, it don't even make it to court. If it really was just a chain reaction, it wasn't your fault. People are saying it wasn't your fault. It had nothing to do with you. Why'd you have to pay? Why'd you have to pay? Am I wrong?
No.
Because from what someone told me from behind the scenes, part of the reason why certain things happened was because somebody might have been allegedly overtaken by some substances and blacked out. But hey, it's just, yeah. But that's what you have. You got stories, life story, and then you got stories, storyline. I just think of all of the controversial things that have happened in her life, I find it interesting that the big aha, ooh, the big moment is Wanye Mars. Like, I find it interesting that of all the things that they could talk about, Wanye Mars. Or is it just me?
No.
She's got a whole book. Nobody's talking about the car crash. Nobody's talking about her controversial fake marriage. Like, nobody's talking about why her and Monica really hated each other. Like, none of this. None of this. It's Wanye Mars, who after all of these years is back out on tour, on a big tour with Tony Braxton and New Edition. New Edition's headlining, Boyz II Men, Tony Braxton opening up, whatever the case may be. Like, a lot of people forgot about that car crash because they made sure that people forgot about that car crash because it didn't look good for her. And they didn't want people asking more in-depth questions. Like, I've watched the Norwood family stage all kinds of shit. They're staging all kinds. They still are. That's what they do.
Yeah, yeah.
Media events. When it comes to Brandy and when it comes to Monica, Monica had that big voice that she no longer has anymore. She can barely sing anymore. And Brandy had a more cultivated listening voice. Um, can Brandy sing? Absolutely, Brandy can sing. I wouldn't take anything away from her. She she has an interesting way at getting through songs and getting songs out. But the one thing that I will say when it comes to Brandy for me is she spent a lot of time trying to sound like other people. I don't know if I ever really got to know Brandy's voice.
Mm,
Like Brandy is a real good mimic.
really?
She's very good at mimicking and adapting to other people's styles. But I mean, honestly, when you think of Brandy as a singer, do you think of her as a as a stylist? Like I'll never forget she was sitting there one day and she was on Instagram and she kept copying Jasmine Sullivan's riffs and
Mm,
practicing Jasmine Sullivan's riffs until she could get it perfect and do it just like Jasmine Sullivan, which is funny because she's older than Jasmine. And I've noticed that like she was adapting Jasmine's style and I'm like, okay, so she's still doing the same thing. Um and listen to me. Brandy, her live shows are cool, but I hope everyone knows that most of the time that she's singing on stage, she's lip singing. Like she's not singing all of that, or she's singing along with a studio track. Like a lot of these performers are doing right now. Brandy has a raspy undertone, which is kind of sultry. But once again, creatively, like she's always looked for inspiration in more creative singers and adapts that sound. So like when I hear people talk about, oh my God, uh, 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 Brittany no, Brandy is the vocal Bible. No, she's not, but it sounds good. It sounds good, and mostly you hear stuff like this from people who are not trained, from people who don't know anything, from people who don't understand, art and sound. Fans. You hear it from fans.
hmm
Um, but yeah, it's like it was wild. Like I was looking at clips from her and Monica on this "The Boy Is Mine" tour that they just did, and I'm sitting there looking, and I'm like, I'm watching, and I'm looking at her lip sync,
Wow.
and they're sitting up there, oh my God, listen to Brandy, and then people were doing vocal reaction videos, and listen to how she takes this fifth note and raps here and raps there, and I'm just sitting there like you're critiquing a studio vocal. They do the same thing with Beyonce, and it's wild. And yes, please, no matter what room you're in, let's get the likes up, guys. So I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, they stage and they craft. Brandy did some okay stuff with Timberland, but I mean, the truth is Brandy's done a ton of music, and yet she was never, at no period in her career, a standout at any time. When she was first coming up, people were more interested in Monica than they were interested in her. When she came back out, and what about us? Full Moon was probably the most um like I would say deserve critically acclaimed projects, and she was working with Rodney Jerkins, and Rodney, he put everything into making sure that Full Moon album, she was a standout star, undeniable, and that nobody could say anything. Like if you ask me, I mean, of course, they always attribute a lot of her, success to Babyface and say that Babyface was her best producer, but in my opinion, it was Rodney Jerkins. Like whatever Brandy became vocally as an artist from that point forward, she owes that to Rodney Jerkins.
Yeah.
My, and no, yes, Rodney Jerkins is her baby daddy's cousin. Yes. So it's yeah, I know. I know. So like I was saying, I find it interesting that of all of the stuff that people could gravitate towards as, oh, did you hear about this in Brandy's book? That they would lean on the Wanye Mars situation of it all. Like, now, in the book, she says, what was it that she said? Yes, she dated Fred Rostar too. As two other people that she dated. As two other people that she dated. Now I want y'all to look at all of these images up here. This is Brandy with just a few of the people that she dated. And this is a short period in her life. This is from 1995. Yeah, she dated Tyrese too. Yes, she did.
Damn, you sure she ain't Tupac? She got around. I didn't even know she dated Tyrese and who's the other one you just said? Damn. I mean, I'm not shaming nobody for who they date though, but goddamn.
And Fred Rostar.
Damn.
And the boy Rakim from Junior Mafia. So my point is, these are just a few pictures of the stuff that was shared publicly, not including all of the other stuff from, stuff that didn't get shared publicly. And this is from 1995 to 2001 when she got pregnant with her daughter. Yes, she dated Mace too.
Damn.
I mean, well, Mace is here. So, like, as you see, I put, since this is the hot topic, we got Wanye and Brandy, and they met when she was 15. She says in the book, he deflowered her. He took her virginity at 16.
Yeah.
And then she kind of like leaves the conversation to, I wasn't some fast young girl. I was lying to my parents. Whoopty whoopty woo. Yada yada yada. Actually, no, she didn't date Colby. That's why I put Colby in here. Because Colby, she was Colby's prom date.
Prom date.
Yeah, when he went to Laura Marion. Back home. So let's just be clear. The reason why she has the picture with Kobe Bryant was because her parents and Wanye decided it would be better for her to go to the prom with Kobe for optics. Because they were together. Now, why would her parents do that? Oh, listen to me. When they went on the prom, everybody made a big deal about it. Oh, it was hot news. But she was with Wanye.
Yeah.
So, once again, life story versus storyline. You said you were lying to your parents about the relationship. Yet, Wanye agreed and your parents agreed that you would go on the prom with Kobe for the optics, so nobody would be paying attention to the fact that they were condoning their 16-year-old daughter sleeping with a grown ass man.
Mm.
Like, now, I just want to like really, 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 really point out some real shit. By no means is this a judgment. Everything that is about to be said regarding this topic, by no means is this a judgment. I was a young girl dating older guys too. Funny thing is, I never went to a prom. I graduated from high school. I was done with high school at the age of 16. I had become a mother at 16. I was starting my life as an adult at 16. I became emancipated at the age of 16. So, for me, I'm not going to sit here and judge. Like, we when we came up, straight facts, we were encouraged. Everybody date an older guy. What would I look like going to the prom with my 25-year-old boyfriend? What would that look like? Like, we were all like pushed. You know, get you the drug dealer boyfriend that had all of that disposable cash that could buy you things and do this and do that and buy you clothes and give you this and give you that. Da, 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 da. You went to the military at 17. See? So this is what I'm saying. Like, back in the 90s, all of this stuff was considered very normal. Like, it was common to see. Like, for crying out loud, my little cousin Crystal, her baby daddy went to her proms with her. She became a mom at 17 after she had after she deleted a pregnancy at 15, turned around and got pregnant again. And when she was 17, her 27-year-old boyfriend went to the prom with her, who was her baby daddy. So it's like this stuff was going on. Wait, grab you the 5411s, right? So all of this behavior was kind of common. Oh, wait a minute. We got somebody at the back door. Hey! Whenever you're ready, you can.
Wagwan. 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 Salmon, everybody.
So hold on a second.
You started the party?
Oh, yeah. We're just getting started now. So Akshaya says it shouldn't have been. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Crikey. I'm trying to get back here to this comment because it's a little small on the screen. Wait a minute. Hold on. Uh-oh, everybody's saying, hey, Grace. Now, let me get back to that comment. Scroll back here. What did Akshaya say? Akshaya had something. Okay, she says it shouldn't have been common, and it shouldn't still be common, but it is. We need to start calling out the industry and society that sexualizes 16-year-old minors. Indeed. And that's the whole point of this conversation. Because this is the conversation that's not being had. There's a lot of blame being thrown around. There's a lot of shame being thrown around. And Brandy talking about this in her book and them running to, I don't know how I feel about it. because it just feels like the Norwoods using another tragic, experience for a profit. It's been almost 30 years. This is something that's never been discussed. This is something that she would never discuss. So why are you discussing it now? Like, and that's the question that I'm asking. Like, why now? Why are you putting it in your book now? If you wanted to address it, why now? And you know what? I am going to go while we're sitting here talking. I mean, guys, please weigh in. We're having this chat, all of us here.
Girl, I got kicked out the stream. Y'all started acting a fool the second I came in.
I see. But we're here.
I didn't know that Brandy actually had a relationship with Q from Moesha. Girl, I didn't know that. That was fun. That was where I came in. Did she have a real relationship with Lamont Bentley too? I'm just curious since we're on the Moesha era.
See, this is what's funny. See, all right, and this is where I want Wolfgang Amadeus to step in, because see, he's from LA. See, I know about a lot of stuff that went on with his, you know what I mean, with her from the industry. But she's from LA. They're from Carson.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, what was the word on the street regarding Moesha for y'all?
Jag, you already know. I'm not the one to gossip, but people, she had a reputation. I'll just say it like that. I'll say she had a reputation, and it was from when she was known all the way up until about the end of that Moesha situation.
Okay, now I'm not asking you to gossip, but the point is, you did hear there were things going on from when she was very young. Now, there is a clip here that I wanted to pull up. Okay, of Wanye Mars. Okay, we're gonna fair use this. Hold on a second. Share this tab instead. Okie dokie. So I just want to hear what he had to say about it. Okay, so this is him voicing in on the Breakfast Club. This is when Angela Yee was still there before she left. Okay, and it's all right. So this is a Boyz II Men 2014 Breakfast Club interview. All right, so let's get over here. All right, I'm sure they probably got some kind of ad or something going on. Okay, let's catch it from the beginning. All right, so let's hear what it said.
At a point in time, you guys were like the biggest group, that was out. And you had a celebrity relationship. Were you the only one that was ever involved with a celebrity?
Who was he dating? Wanye was banging Brandy. Brandy.
He left a lonely, brokenhearted.
No, I didn't actually leave alone.
He would teach you regularly how to do videos.
You taught Brandy how to do the same. That's why they called you Squirt.
That's what I was thinking.
That's why you got Squirt.
I mean, Brandy even said in her behind the music that you broke her heart because you fell in love with somebody else.
I mean, you only fall in love with somebody. You only fall out of love with somebody else if somebody makes you fall out of love. You know, so if that was the situation, if that's what she said, then
That's political. I like that.
I can't contest to her view about it. I can just only live by my view.
Revolt.
They were saying she was really young when y'all dated.
Yeah, she was. Not that young. Not
God,
not
this
not
dude.
Gail baby. No, that's what I'm saying. Hold on, but you know that's why. But that's why I stopped it. But hold on. But that's why I stopped it and said that she wasn't that young, because I don't want y'all to think Boys to Men was no.
She said
I was young too.
She said she was 15 and she had to keep it a secret because
See, we did the thing. We did the thing when she was like 16, 17, around that time. You know.
So you were still a boy too. You
I wasn't old. I wasn't
men
like
yet,
38 years old, nothing like that. I was old enough to. She was old enough to get it.
Okay. So was it legal in the state?
Pause.
This is so uncomfortable. Like,
Did this ninja just admitted to statutory rape? And I put the overlay up because you'll get struck if you're playing a video out. So you can play the audio. I just want you to be careful. But I put the overlay up so that you don't get,
Fair use. He just said that.
That's wild.
Okay, let's listen a little more. And fair use.
I wasn't like 38 years old, nothing like that. I was old enough to. She was old enough to get it.
Okay. So was it legal in the state y'all was in?
I mean, we was always in different states. They
had a nomad relationship.
You know what I'm saying? We just, we didn't do it in the states that it was legal. It was illegal in.
Nice.
Political.
No. It was, you know what I mean? It was a time. It was a relationship. It grew and it ungrew. I guess you could say that. Ungrew.
Squirted and it unsquirted.
Squirted and unsquirted. I like that.
Now y'all all have known each other since '85. Is that?
So yeah. And that was them. That was them on the Breakfast Club.
The comfort. All on like public radio. Like the comfort of it all.
Yeah. Now wait a minute. Let me see if I can find talks about. He actually did an IG live about this. Okay, here we go. Okay. So this is him back in 2021.
Should I just
tell the story?
I'm going to tell the story. He likes stuff like this, especially when people don't have any idea. Okay. Okay, so check this out. Brandy and I were friends in the beginning. Her mother and reached out to me, as well as my manager reached out to Brandy, because Brandy was a big fan of mine. And I was like, wow, that's amazing, because this young lady was pretty cool. Now I was young at the time. I wasn't 30 nothing. You know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. Hold on 1 second. Can we keep it down? Because I can't hear. All right. So what happened is we actually, she became kind of like my little protege. You know what I mean? I'm actually the one that introduced her to Vita Spears and Ralph Foucault. They came to us to actually do a TV show on the UPN network. And I said, well, Brandy's down the hallway, and she's basically she was on the theater show. Okay, cool. Introduced her to that. The show came to fruition. My mom and I wrote the theme song to the Brandy show. So Brandy and I were really, really close. Once she turned of age, we had been hanging around each other so much. We've been hanging around each other so much that there became to be some sort of connection, an intimate connection. We actually fell in love. Now, we were young. That's what happens. You're young and you fall in love. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have the ability to be around somebody a lot, you begin to know things about them. You know what
All right, pause.
What?
Now-
Wait. Thank you. Did this man just say when she? Who says that? Who says when one comes of age, we have been together for so long that we naturally grew a connection? The fuck you mean when she came of age? What? What? TD, I can't take too many more. When you let me know what's going on, and this will be going on.
Wait a second, though. Because before we go forward, see, this is why we had this picture up here. Because we need to talk about timelines. He got hooked up with her when she was 15. 1996, she was on the prom. 1996, he got hooked up with her when she was 15. 1996, she was on the prom. Now, 1997, I had just turned 20. So that would have made Brandy 18. By the time 98 came around, she was already messing with Mace. So I'm trying to figure out when all of this happened. She grew and she became of age. Because by 97, she would have been on the books 18 years old. She was with Mace. So it sounds like he's like trying to speed the story up. And then Usher was in the mix around that time as well. I think Usher might have been 97. So if they was 96, then when did she grow up? And because Usher was in the mix and then Mace was in the mix. And you see what I'm saying? So, all right. Let's finish hearing what Mr. Morris has to say. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't pull it up, did I? My bad.
Pulled that year. Brandy was my girlfriend. She had just graduated from Pepperdine. And her mom and I, we actually fell in love. Now, we were young. That's what happens. You're young and you fall in love. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have the ability to be around somebody a lot, you begin to know things about them. You know what I mean? And they know things about you. Now, when you're young, you make decisions based on your youth. You know what I'm saying? You don't make decisions, moral decisions that put you in a whole position where you know that this is what's going to be for the rest of your life. You're learning through everything. And Brandy and I learned through a lot. When it came time for Brandy to go on her prom, she was my girlfriend. Kobe Bryant Kobe Bryant was graduating from high school that year. Brandy was my girlfriend. She had just graduated from Pepperdine, and her mom and I, we both made it so that Brandy was able to go on tour. I mean, on the prom with Kobe Bryant. Okay, when it came time for Brandy to introduce herself to the world, I'm the one that actually put her on the Boys to Men tour. Okay, so she was with me. You know, she was my friend, and we became intimate in a relationship. There's no lie going on here. You can ask Brandy; she will tell you the same story. Relax on what you think, because I know, because I lived it, and so did Brandy. As time progressed, we grew out of each other. Yes, it was a hurtful thing. It was a hurtful thing to break up. That's what happens. You're in a relationship, and then you break up. She grew out of me and I grew out of her. Might have grown out of her a little bit faster, but you know, it's a relationship. You're young and you make decisions. Next thing you know, that's what it is. Brandy's successful, Boys to Men is successful, and we're happy. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. We are happy. So whoever is there saying, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff like they know, you know what I mean? Regardless of anything, my age, her mother was definitely, you know, a part of our relationship. Her mother and father was a part of our relationship.
Oh, did you hear that?
Did he said everybody's parents were involved in the relationship? It was coming in and out for me.
Oh, well, yeah. Not his parents, but her parents. Hold on a second.
I don't know.
Whoever is there saying, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff like they know, you know what I mean? Regardless of anything, my age, her mother was definitely, you know, a part of our relationship. Her mother and father was a part of our relationship. They allowed me to guide Brandy and to help her through her career. They understood that we had grown close, and that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? So understand that you know for a fact, whoever it is on there, that life happens. That's just what it is. So now you have your answer and you have your understanding. If you care to listen, you care to believe it, I don't care. I know the truth, and everybody else does too. All right, so now let's move on to the next contestant. Yay! That was awesome, right? Yay! Now, Jay, thank you. Now, sometimes you just got to put it out there so that.
Anybody want to weigh in on that? And Sudden West, you are a man, so I would like to hear. You're not just a man; you're also a father. So I would like to hear your perspective.
It sounds like, I mean, even though he was claiming, you know, he said he was around 20 years old and she was still a teenager. It sounds like he's, you know, just kind of like, you know, just, you know, of course, glossing over that. But it also sounds like that relationship was sanctioned, you know, by the parents, or she basically allowed that. The parents allowed it to happen. That's what it sounded like.
Now, there's another component to this story, because the person that Brandy would like to bring to the end of her relationship with Wanye Barnes was Freak Like Me, Adina Howard.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And see, this is why I have such a hard time dealing with all of the commentary that people are doing about this situation, because they're not talking about everything. Yes, Kat, the parents, they allowed him to guide her. Yes. Yeah.
A guide is a nice way of saying grape, I guess. Okay.
or G Room.
Right.
So anyway, let's hear from the other adult who was involved in this situation. And fair use.
Howard, arriving on the scene around the same time.
All right.
There was a whole crop of performers that were breaking down barriers with the same kind of no-holds-barred bravado. The 90s in particular saw an explosion of female artists who felt empowered to buck convention and talk openly about getting busy in their music and on stage. And in 1995, few of them were as popular as R&B singer Adina Howard. Arriving on the scene around the same time that raunchy rappers like Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown began to give the boys a run for their money, Howard shook up the industry with her funky breakout single, Freak Like Me, which left very little doubt about what kind of person she was. Howard's flirty debut single shot to platinum status, and she quickly became one of the hottest and most promising new acts in popular music. Her meteoric rise would soon come crashing down, though, and the musician's fast flame-out was directly attributable to a love triangle with some very popular musical stars of the day. Though she, in some ways, laid a blueprint new singers still follow today, Howard's messy romantic life ultimately stopped her career short, and she hasn't been as relevant since. Here's what really happened. The drama started when Adina Howard, a new darling of the music industry in the 90s, had an affair with Wanya Morris of Boyz II Men, which was already a massively popular group. There was just one snag, though. As detailed in the docuseries Unsung, Morris was already attached to someone else, and that someone was Brandy, a much bigger, more bankable star than Howard, and a celebrity with a squeaky clean image that was the polar opposite of Howard's unapologetic style. Howard says in the episode,
two young ladies allowed their egos to get in the way and were kind of going through it about a guy.
When whispers about Howard and Morris's fling reached the ears of high-powered music executive Sylvia Rhone, who also just so happened to be Howard's boss, the love triangle got even more complex and complicated. Unbeknownst to Howard at the time, she was about to make some regrettable choices that would put her fate and entire career on the line, ending in disastrous results for her. Rhone is widely regarded as the most influential woman in the music business ever, so when Howard made the mistake of crossing her, she learned the hard way that making an enemy at the executive level can have consequences that no amount of talent, drive, or buzz could ever fix. According to Howard's episode of Unsung, after Rhone heard about Adina Howard and Wanya Morris's tryst, she spoke with the singer and implored her to let the relationship go and focus on her career. However, Howard didn't want to take the advice, and word of the situation became the talk of the town. Wendy Williams, then a radio DJ and gossip queen on New York station Hot 97, heard about it and called Howard, which is when Howard changed the course of her life. Producer Billy Moss said in the Unsung episode, Howard had some choice words in there for Sylvia and for Brandy. That pissed Sylvia off. She was on fire. When Rhone heard what Howard said about her, she allegedly decided to end Howard's career, stalling the release of the artist's second album indefinitely. From the sounds of it, Howard learned a valuable, painful lesson about biting the hand that feeds you. I said something very inappropriate about the head of the label, and she pulled up the emergency brake and shut everything down. And rightfully so, because when you got the power to do that and you don't like what people are saying about you, yeah. Howard's story is a cautionary tale for up-and-coming artists and basically everybody who has to answer to a boss. You might not like what they have to say, but if you know what's good for you, you'll think carefully about how you respond.
Well, I'll say this about
6 figures for a car accident.
Okay, you gotta.
Driver.
I'll say this about old boy from Boyz II Men. If he over there knocking down Adina Howard like that and having her choose her career over him, he must be knocking the bottom out the coochie. No. I'm just saying. Like, goddamn, Adina Howard.
No.
He was hitting them notes and he was hitting them walls.
I think it was too real for them. But this is the thing. Brandy was a teenage girl. Adina Howard was a grown woman. Brandy's parents were very much involved in the situation. And the grown woman was told to back away from the little girl's grown boyfriend.
That's crazy.
And see, some of the things that Adina called out about Sylvia Rome was how Sylvia Rome was throwing her the JJ all over the place too, and messing with young men.
Oh damn!
How she needed to mind her business.
Oh no!
And Brandy was very, 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 very nasty about it. So when I look at what's being said now and the conversation that's being talked about now, there's a lot of people that need to be blamed in this situation, and there's a lot of people that need to take accountability, which is why I showed, what Wanye Morris had to say, because the truth is, I'm gonna be very honest, Wanye's a creep. He's always been a creep. That's nothing new. He's always been a creep. What I don't understand is how Sonia Norwood and everyone knew Wanye's reputation and how he was and how he could be. Why would you encourage for your baby girl to get involved with a guy like that? I'll tell you why. Because he was a part of Boys to Men, and it was good business in the backdrop for Brandy Norwood's career and for the Norwood brand.
But isn't that how that works? It's always the firstborn unicorn, hardcore.
The thing is, I'm not understanding how everyone is just looking at this situation. Oh, poor Brandy. And she's sitting up there. Oh, I lied to my mother. About the relationship. My parents didn't know. That's a damn lie, and everybody knows it's a lie. Wanye's not lying about that. He didn't make that up. Because guess what? If he did make that up, when he said that 5 years ago on his Instagram live, Sonia Norwood would have had something to say about it. That clip from his Instagram went mini viral and everyone saw it. We decided, you heard what he said, we decided that Brandy would go on a prom with Kobe. So once again, there's a lot of crafting narratives and storylines around what was really important to this family. And what was really important to this family was the money. That's what was important. Brandy was the golden child. Ray J didn't have it. He had something, but whatever he had, it wasn't it. And apparently, whatever he's got now, I pray to God nobody won't. So there has been all kinds of rumors that Brandy is a 304. Let's just be honest. Everybody knows Brandy was running around. In this picture alone, in right here in this thumbnail alone, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm missing a couple others because Shine needs to be in there. Fredro Starr needs to be in there. Like, she talking about in the book, I wasn't some fast young girl. I was in love. A lot. You were in love or not?
Oh no.
Because
Oh no.
she was seeing Mace and Sean at the same time. And all of this happened right after Wanye. So, like, it's kind of unfair for now that you're grown and you're older. Now, all of a sudden, you want to take the story and craft it as you were a young girl being taken advantage of this guy. And now all of the stories about you and all of the this and all of the that. And whoop, she dated Nick Cannon too. Yeah. I mean, like,
She did?
She's had her fair share.
Oh no.
And once again, this isn't me going after her. This is also not me saying that Wanye Morris was kosher for messing with a little kid, messing with a baby. He was 22 and he was a worldwide renowned star. She lacked the experience. She lacked a lot of things. And was he a younger man? Yes, he was a younger man. Is Wanye Morris a little immature? Yes, he is a little immature. But there was a lot more to whatever feelings, whatever broken-hearted feelings she has about that entire situation than Wanye Morris. And to sit there and pretend like all of the blame for whatever she's dealing with in her adult years. No, you got to make everybody responsible. You can't just hold one person responsible. Meanwhile, all of this is happening while Boyz II Men is out on tour, on this big tour with New Edition and Tony Braxton, and they're out there doing their thing. And now this headline is out there while they're out there on the road. What does this do? It kicks up the PR machine. It kicks up the gossip mill. What does it do? It helps her sell her book. So that's the number one issue that I have. When it gets to the point where we leverage and we weaponize, abuse as a marketing campaign. Am I making any sense? I don't know. Setting West, what do you think?
You're making plenty of sense. That's exactly what I don't know how much content or what material other people are watching, but if you pay attention to just the business channels, they have a lot of entrepreneurs, small business owners. They're using the bad publicity. They're using negative just attention to up sales. Even going so far as to cause beef with customers. That way the exchange between the business and the customer leads more customers in. That's what you described. They have a lot of offers to do it all the time.
She basically got her what's love got to do with it moment, because if everybody who knows, and I didn't know, but as I talked to different people that were in the industry at the time, when Tina Turner did the what's love got to do with it movie, and she portrayed herself as like the victim of all victims, and then she fought back and got away from Ike. The story goes that she was a drunk that beat on him too. They beat each other's ass. So yeah, so I guess I guess Brandy's looking for her what's love got to do with it moment. This is gonna go bad for Wanye, but hey.
Well, my thing is why should it go bad for Wanye and it not go bad for her parents?
No, see, they're not gonna. They're not gonna. Not to cut you. They accountability. Mother effers know how to dodge that, like Neo in the Matrix dodging them bullets, yo. They go, yeah. I already know how it's gonna play out.
No, see, for me, I can't, and salute to classic music. What I can't do is I'm not gonna sit around and be on some, oh yeah. Let's go after him. Let's go after him. When the parents were involved, knew everything that was going on. Apparently, they were very involved in the optics around the situation because they had it in their mind to go and get a boy that was closer to her age to go on the prom with, to make it look like they wasn't letting her sleep around with a bunch of grown men.
Right.
Like they were involved in that. They were involved in that storyline. So why in God's name? And let's not forget. And while we're sitting here having this conversation and we're talking about this, let's not forget their other child.
I was just about to
I wanted to speak on that because there's some stuff. Yeah.
Like, didn't his old lady? I forgot her name, but from Love and Hip Hop. Like, that's what the girl was saying the whole time. April or whoever, Ray J, when he was on whatchamacallit. She said that the mama was always in the relationship problems all the time. She said that on Love and Hip Hop.
You're talking about Princess Love.
Yeah. Like in the beginning. She kept saying that their mama was always in
there. She said that Sonya Norwood.
Okay.
No, that's what Princess said. That she micromanages her children's relationships, and she didn't want her micromanaging hers. That's why they got into it. And then they brought Brandy there to the show, and Brandy and Princess got in her ass and was like, Brandy, please, don't come to me and tell me nothing. Look at how unsuccessful your life has been. Like, yeah. And Brady was just sitting there looking like a deer in the headlights. And just so you understand, Jerron, all of that, the prom, Brandy going on the prom with Kobe, that was all staged. It was a PR campaign to get the scent of grown man pee-pee stuff off of the
God.
Oh no.
So they could keep getting them purity investment dollars. That's wild for you to say that Ray J is Sonya's favorite child, because Rayford is a disaster.
Ooh.
That's her favorite child. She need to go get her favorite child. He was sitting here this weekend on live, a couple of days ago.
Can we please talk about that?
On live stream. Talking about how he passing out STD. Talking about how his pee-pee itch. And
what are we on?
And they're sitting there live streaming on camera, having these come over and scratch his itchy pee-pee.
What the fuck? Girl, TD, like, I really, you see why? Do you see why I just look at people? Like, why wasn't he arrested? Like that's not illegal.
I was sitting there.
You can't just do that, right?
I was sitting there in the chat telling him I'm calling the CDC. Live stream as a public health hazard. He's a 40-something pushing 50-year-old man and he's sitting there with a bunch of 20-year-old girls.
Ew, like, what are we doing? And this is reality.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Man. I was busting down 14 chicks this weekend raw. My PP is supposed to be it.
Ew, that's what I'm talking about. Girl, I'm about to go off like we was doing earlier. What the fuck? What the fuck? How do you get before the public and proudly profess how funky and how nasty and trifling you can be? Why does he have viewers?
They were live streaming on 4 or 5 different platforms at the same time. They had less than 150 people watching on YouTube.
I'm so confused on why there was even one person. Like these platforms. Like I thought they had rules and regulations. I thought you couldn't do certain stuff like that. Like profess how nasty and trifling your genitals are. What are we on?
Once again, these are the same people that raised Brandy. Let's not forget Ray J's body count. As a young man, all of the older women he was sleeping with, Lil' Kim, Whitney Houston was damn near twice his age.
Why is this happening? I'm just curious. Like all jokes aside, I'm not even playing. Like I'm for real. No, I'm for real. Like
he could get a TV show and pay in to Norwood Family Trust.
No, I understand that part. What I'm saying is
Willie Ray and Sonia been living off of their children all of these years. There's no way you go after Wanye Morris and not go after those parents. Like if they're gonna go after this man who they invited in to their family, then the parents needs to be held equally as accountable for her brokenheartedness.
But everybody wants to freeze up. Nobody likes to talk about these problematic parents.
I wasn't a fast girl. The screenshots that I got up here alone on this thumbnail says different, child.
Oh.
The screenshots say different, and that's just 6 years of your life. Let's not forget that this is also the kind of family that has absolutely no problem with telling bold-faced lies to the public. If you look over here to the far left of the thumbnail, it's a pregnant Brandy. Her daughter's gonna be 24 this year, just like my son. It's a pregnant Brandy, who I told you, I knew she was on her whole jump. I was around when she was messing with this nigga Bert and talking to a couple other people at the studio because we worked out of the same recording studio. But the way they tried to hide that pregnancy, and then the way they made that young man, Sonia Norwood, they created the television show and Brandy was supposed to be married.
Is that why the Moesha show abruptly ended with Miles being kidnapped? Because I was very confused on how that show ended.
She wasn't even married, but they weren't married though. They made that young man carry on a farce until he couldn't take it no more.
Oh no.
And then that's when he let it drop. They forced me into saying that I had married her. Like, Wait a minute. Somebody says here, I remember the father of her child said that the family portrayed her as a good girl for the audience. Absolutely. Like, and it's so funny because they like to sell themselves as this wholesome American family or whatever the case may be. But I'm sorry, Ray J, he's made it impossible for anyone to believe that. They have been lying. They have been crafting stories around this girl's life for as long as she has been in entertainment and as long as they have pushed her forward. Like,
it's the selling of their babies for me.
They're intertwining with the Kardashians. And wait a minute, Sudden West, you had some information regarding that, right? That we wanted to discuss regarding the whole.
Yeah. There's pretty much I guess I wouldn't say a revelation, but the whole situation with Ray J and the pretty much how he got on. You say Ray J is a F up, and I'm gonna say no, he's a valuable asset to the Norwoods, because number one, he's responsible really for making the Breakfast Club. They went viral because of him. And also before that, the Kim Kardashian thing with him. I'm sorry, Kim Kardashian wouldn't have had no relevance if it wasn't for him. And it comes to find out that whole situation, because they made it seem like it was a found tape or it was something. No, that was a produced situation. They were doing different takes. They had to go reshoot some of that stuff. Like,
well, now that you mentioning it, have they ever said that? Do you know Sonia had any dealings with him at that time? Because isn't it a little bit silly for us to believe that the Jenna mama was the only mama who was working on the management level for the success of their children?
I mean,
I don't know, but go ahead and finish it, because there's other stuff that people are forgetting too when it comes to, the melee between the Norwoods and the Kardashians. What were you saying?
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna go there because there's a whole lot. In all honesty, there's a whole lot, especially with the theft of the money from Brandy and to really get the Dash thing going, allegedly, or whatever. So, but
it's been stated and it's been said they were styling for Brandy.
Yeah.
And they took the credit card that they had for the budget and they bought all of the clothes to fill up their store.
Yeah. So it looks like Ray J, he's suing the Kardashians for defamation or something, and come to find out, he was paid $6 million for that whole little situation with the tape, because they made it seem like it was something that was they're gonna it was a found tape and it was this and it was that. No, that was, like I said, it was a produced situation. So yeah,
they saw what it did for Paris Hilton and they wanted it to do the same thing for them, except for they had less morals and no pride.
Right.
Paris's tape got leaked out and her mama decided, well, it's already out there, let's make it work. If you're gonna be a whore, then let's get paid for it. That's how that whole situation went. Kris Jenner saw it and said, you know what, we can top that.
She said, hold my beer. Yeah.
We can top that. So it's just kind of wild to me that nobody is paying attention to the fact that while we're sitting here marketing this broken-hearted tale of this poor young starlet taken advantage of by this older guy in the industry and whoopty whoopty woo. This is doing exactly what the industry loves to do. They love to villainize black men, turn black men into animals, and then create these stories. And then they let the black woman ride high on it. Like, it's so wild when I think about hearing how part of the reason why Tina Turner didn't want to have anything to do with the movie What's Love Got to Do with It right before it released was because when she found out that they were going to completely demonize and vilify Ike and there was no way of getting around it, like, that's kind of wild. And even when they would ask her to talk about it in interviews, she was like, I don't want to talk about that. There's so much more to my life than just that. I don't want to talk about that. It's not even completely accurate either. And I think she started to feel bad about it because and it's so wild because they even kind of tricked Ike into going along with it because they came and they offered him money. They knew he needed the money. They gave him money for the film. And in the paperwork, it stated that once he accepted that money and signed that contract, there was nothing that he could say or do about the way he was portrayed in the film. And then they turned him into just the devil. And to a certain extent, like, I'm kind of glad that Lawrence Fishburne took the role, and I'm grateful that he worked with Angela Bassett the way he worked with Angela Bassett on it, because he did the best that he could to humanize a dehumanizing situation. But no matter what happened, they still, they got what they wanted. Ike was the devil, and that was just that. How crazy is that? So now it's kind of sounding like they're doing the same thing with Wanye Mars. Mm-hmm. You were saying?
Yeah, I can see that. I'm still. No, I was listening to you, but I'm still. You know how I get when I'm in thought and listening, and we the people, we do not take the things that happen in life seriously. And this honestly, and I say that really to humanize everybody all together at one time. Like, this is kind of the fault of man. This is kind of humanity's flaw. Like, we don't learn. And we choose not to learn. Not really on the individual day-to-day person level. I'm talking about at the true essence of what it means to be human. Like, our human nature. Like, we are fighting tooth and nail against our own human nature. Like, us. Humanity, us. Like, this whole thing. Like, why is no one talking about how all of these parents be there?
I know. That's my issue. And not just
because I'm still sitting in here.
The parents were there. They watched it all.
Yeah.
They saw it all. Like, Sonia Norwood, extremely involved.
And the more we just keep thinking about it, it's like there's always a parent that was there. There's always someone that was there. And for me, it's like, by the time, like, when we're just going to use Brandy as the example for right now. See, by the time she's writing this book and she's telling this story, now, yes, I can see that narratives are being spun every which way. Why does this kept? Like, even the fact that she had to come out to write this book at the age that she is right now and dealing with this in real time, like, that's all symptoms. That's all the ripple effects. That's all the shrapnel from what's been going on from the beginning, which at the root of it is, who the fuck was there to protect all of these people? No one. And you keep telling us stories about all of these people that have been victimized for decades. And I'm like, when it gets started, it's always when people were at their most innocent, and there were so many people who were there that were supposed to protect them, and they let them down.
Her mother is her manager. Her mother is her manager.
But see, that's my thing, TD. See, I remember that. Like, all of these fine details, all these boyfriends, all of these rendezvous, all of this, that, and the third. Like, for me, I knew Brandy's mama was her manager. So everything, when it came to Brandy's career, I knew that her mama was at the forefront. Why? Because we the people already knew that her mama was the fucking manager. So why is it that it takes Brandy all these years to write a damn book and not everybody worrying about what the fuck Wanye got going on? Where the fuck was everybody when everybody was wondering? Well, at least Wanye isn't his man. His mama wasn't his manager, was he?
Who? No.
Brandy's mama was the fucking manager.
Yeah.
So they can't use all these fancy words. Well, this manager did this. We set up this tour. Hold the phone. Her mother was there every step of the way.
Meanwhile, we just sat there and listened that Wanye was also involved with another woman who was of age, and that there was argument that the grown woman needed to step away and not get in between the relationship with him and the young girl. Like,
you smell me? Like, it's
like the simple fact that
so honestly
was telling her to leave Wanye alone because he was with Brandy. Like, that goes to show you.
That's what I'm talking about.
So my thing is here we have a much greater issue. We have a much greater issue.
Huge.
Let's just be clear. In the entertainment industry, all of this young girls messing around with older guys, it's normalized and it's sanctioned. It's sanctioned. They all know that. They all know that this happens, and they do.
And see, that's my problem.
To prepare the girls on how to be handled by men. You know, like, we're sitting here listening to, and we're talking about this, and we're going over the details of this story, and meanwhile nobody's paying attention to the fact that, like why is nobody from Brandy to Rihanna?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's over and over and over again.
Brandy was 15 years old when they fixed her up with Wanye. Rihanna was 15 years old when she was messing around with the Jigga Man, who was older than that.
Yeah.
Almost 20 years.
And my thing is that, listen, I don't know about everybody else, but
almost 20 years. He was in his 30s. He was in a room alone with her for all of those hours. And like, exactly what's going on with Britney Spears. So once again, that part, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the G rooming. That's what we're talking about, my yacht. So here we are. When you have parents who are sitting there making the choices to allow their children to be victimized for the money. For the money.
Like, that's the point of it. Like, of course Ray J gonna be talking about he on live stream and he ain't washed nothing and he up in here dipping in everybody. Like, this is a grown ass man. Who was condoning this shit? Like, when this man's whole brain was developing.
Just got finished threatening to grape a bunch of other grown men who his sister was willingly sleeping with 30 years ago.
What?
Yeah, because they got on
and you see what I mean?
They got on the podcast and they were all sharing their, so who didn't have Brandy. Like, it was pretty much the name of the podcast should have been Who Didn't Have Brandy. I had it too. Well, I was special. I wanted to be special too. This is how they was talking, and they was all laughing. And the truth is, if you listen to that podcast with Cameron, Mace, and with what's his name, Shine, all talking about Brandy, it didn't sound any different than the way Wanye was talking about her. Like, is nobody gonna pay attention to that?
So this is what we doing. We just got a whole bunch of grown men running around.
Understand this? The same men that was these same men were talking about Brandy at that time, at that age, in the same manner that Wanye was. Somebody tell me that I'm wrong. So what does that tell you? That tells you that amongst people in the industry, especially the men, she was thought of by all of them this way. Wait a second. It's I would like for Wolfgang Amadeus to tap in, because as a man, I think you could give a little insight as to how men think when a girl gets a certain reputation, and then there's just certain verifiable facts and data that back that up, and how that carries on in the backdrop and in the forefront. Like, am I wrong about the whole comparison to the way Wanye was speaking about her years ago to the way, you know, Cameron, Mace, and Shine were just speaking about her a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean, you know, your reputation will precede you. Like I said, we didn't know her personally like that in LA, but her reputation at the time, like I said, this was like 94, 95, 96, 97. She was just you know, out there, you know, that was her reputation. So of course, I'm sure men in the industry looked at her like, oh yeah, she okay, she good to go. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that's what they thought.
Well, at the end of the day, if you listen to the way all these guys talked about her in interviews, and it was funny because her image, the image that was told was she was wholesome, she was sweet, she was a good girl, she didn't do anything wrong, she did this, she did it, she was this, she was that, yada yada yada, whatever the case may be. It's like these guys couldn't wait to talk about her publicly so that they could say, that's bullshit. Yeah, that's bullshit. Yeah, no, she ain't no she ain't no angel. Like, that's how it comes off to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we've been here for a little while, and I don't know, maybe this needs to piggyback into another conversation, because at this point in time, I gotta call it for what it is. I feel like she's weaponizing this experience as a marketing campaign to sell books, when the truth is, it would be so much more powerful if she was speaking out against the abuses of children, and how adults allow these things to happen, and how this needs to end. Like, honestly, for our agenda, cruelty-free artistry, we need people in that position to come forward and say, hey, yeah, no, this is what happened to me. Like, how hard would it have been to say, listen to me, I was victimized by my company, I was victimized by my parents, and I felt victimized in my relationship. There was nobody around to look out for me. Like, you can sit there and talk about how brokenhearted you feel, and how you were going back and forth fighting over a man. The boy is mine. The man is mine, with an actual grown woman who was old enough to be involved with him. Like, you can say all of those things. So, oh yeah, and this is what happened to me. But how much more powerful would it be to say, I got involved with the situation with someone that my mom introduced me to for work. It took this turn. My parents totally condoned it. My company was backing it and protecting it in the backdrop. And here I am as an adult saying that, as the child in this situation, with all of these adults involved in this, No one looked out for me. No one's looking out for the kids. The entertainment industry does not take care of children. And I'm standing up now and I'm saying, you know what? That needs to end. That needs to end. Like it's just kind of wild. Like I don't understand how everyone is so willing to just jump onto the, oh yeah, like don't get me wrong, Wanye Morris, he is by no means in any way an angel in this situation. He was the adult in this situation, and the truth is, he would have been better off just messing with Adina Howard.
You probably couldn't hang. Probably couldn't hang with Adina. So I don't know. Maybe
Well, she was trying to hang with him so much so that she lost her doing it, and she lost her career, and she lost her man to a teenager.
Crazy.
Like this is all nuts. It's all nuts. So yeah, for me, I'm like, we need to come in and we need to weigh in on this situation, because it's really, whether she knows it or not, she's literally pointing to everything that we've been talking about. How this situation is set up. These young people, they have no one to run to. They have no one to go to. Mom and dad's on board with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the company knows about it, because the simple fact that a company executive was telling Adina Howard that she needed to stay away from a teenage girl's grown man
does not make any sense.
That sounds crazy.
And did you see how the video, they set it up when they were talking about it? Like, if the timeline, they were using all of Brandy's like later videos and things. I swear, when
when she was older,
you get what I mean?
She was a kid when that was happening.
And they were using the clips in the feed of all it. Like I just, and that's why I said, like, for me, you already know how I feel about it. TD, Uncle, you already know how I feel about it. Like, they're gonna shut us down if I really feel how, like, express how I feel, because I'm like, y'all just it just doesn't stop. It don't stop. It just doesn't stop. And then in 20 more years, it's gonna be another wave of these young people, because they keep going up there. They keep going up there believing that their dreams are all gonna come true. They're desperate, and then the next thing you know, such and such years down the line, it's like they got the same stories. Like you
want to know what's wild?
I don't know.
There's a clip of Keke Palmer recently talking on her podcast or whatever about how she normalized being involved with older men when she was a teenage girl, because she had a grown-up job. And so if she had a grown-up job, she was, mature enough to have a grown-up boyfriend and all of this and all of that. And I'm like,
yeah,
no, but Brandy just used the exact same language in her press.
Yes.
Keke Palmer is like 15, damn near 20 years younger than Brandy. And it's it's just like, it's kind of wild to me, because after what we just found out today about Rihanna moving to France, like, I think we're going to need to take this conversation and push it a little bit further.
Because I'm picking up what you're laying down. Like, they really want the public comfortable with certain viewpoints.
Like, it's too normalized. And I think it's just, in my opinion, it's inappropriate for them to use this moment to go after Wanye Morris, to cover up all of the sins of all of the adults that were involved in everything that was going on with this teenage girl. So yeah, on that note, guys, we're gonna get ready to wrap up. I think we're gonna come back and open this conversation up a little bit further, because now, rather than talking about just one starlet, maybe the next part 2 of this conversation should be all of the starlets who have had these same conversations out in the media, out in public, and nobody is catching on or even talking about it. Like, whether Brandy knows it or not, her doing this really sparks a much larger conversation. And this is what I was saying. And like, people were so like, oh my God, what are you gonna say? He was grown. He was a grown ass man. Yeah, it's easy to be mad at him. But if you're gonna be mad for her, then be mad at all of the circumstances that victimized her. All of the circumstances, because it wasn't just Wanye Mars. There was entire machines, companies, and there were parents acting as managers that were involved. That's something. So, final thoughts time. Do you have any final thoughts, Wolfgang Amadeus?
Nah, not really.
Wow, that was.
I'm just saying. I'm not amazed at the antics that this family does. That's all.
You said you're not surprised by the antics of the Norwood
Not
family?
at all. Nah.
Well, no one should be, when you look at how wonderful Ray J turned out.
Oh no!
Right.
Oh,
because the truth is, he's the real money go getter in that family, and they live off of his crash outs. Still, they're living off of his crash outs, and you could throw him in the child star trick bag too. So yeah. On that note, guys. Grace, do you have any final thoughts?
I used to say keep your vibrations high, children, but now that it's such a potent spring, shit. I don't even know what to say to y'all. It's not okay out here. Touch some grass, start meditating, drink some water. Get off the internet from time to time. Stop listening to a whole lot of things. They lying. And yeah, I hope to see you guys again.
Wait a minute. Did somebody just come through here talking about they are not victims? God bless you, kid.
That's okay. Yeah, you're right. Ain't no victims. You're right. In Hollywood, ain't no victims. You're right. Have a good night.
No. I gotta handle up. Bye. It's no crime. That's what he came through. It's no crime.
That must have been Roman Polanski.
It had to be Roman Polanski.
Speaking of the politicians, girl, who is this politician that got caught, dressing up and everything else? Girl, listen, there's a whole lot of foolala going on.
No, there's definitely a lot going on. There's craziness going on. So
get yourselves a support animal if you can, because I don't know what to tell you when it comes to humanity. Get a support animal if
and
you
make
don't know
sure
what
it's
to do.
not robotic.
Please no.
If I see another robot support animal, I'm done. I'm gone.
What's a robot support animal? You serious? What's that? Yeah. What is that?
Like they got the
girl. I thought people were going too far talking about some bringing their snakes into Walmart, talking about something as my support animal. What is a robotic support animal?
The little robots, the pandas and the little cats. They fake.
Are you talking about those old Tamagotchis that they had back in the day?
Well, no, now they're fully robotic so that they can hug you and they can squeeze your finger and all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh no! And people are buying it.
Listen to me.
Oh no!
There are girls that are going on AI dating sites and finding AI boyfriends.
Don't get started, because girl, the men have already gotten in trouble for abusing the AI girlfriends.
They started flagging signals, talking about some. We have a problem out here. They're
I'm
even being
done.
abusive
I'm
to the
done.
robot girlfriends.
I'm done.
Like,
On
yeah,
that note, we're out of here. We'll see you
bye, y'all.
guys soon. Shabbat shalom. Peace.
Yeah.